Well, this morning, the office of Governor Gretchen Whitmer is denying allegations she went on a spring break trip during the pandemic. Now, Republicans are trying to make what's reported to be a recent trip to Florida a case of rules for thee, not for me. Well, Whitmer's office says she's left the state 3 times in the past 6 months. Once for the inauguration of President Biden, once to assist her elderly father who's battling a chronic illness, and once to visit National Guard troops in Washington. Now, the trip to see her father is believed to be the trip in question. Whitmer's office did clarify that her father was vaccinated at the time. Her office says, quote, all trips were very brief, 2 full days or less, closely followed public health guidelines, and were made when Michigan's positivity rate was in the low single digits. Now, Michigan Republicans are putting their own spin on the matter, saying, quote, Gretchen Whitmer's blatant display of hypocrisy is an insult to every single Michigander impacted by her lockdown orders and travel warnings. Well, all of this comes as Michigan works to slow the current surge of coronavirus cases. The state reported more than 8,500 new cases of infections for both Sunday and Monday. That's a 2-day total that averages out to be around 4,200 cases each day. 61 additional deaths were also reported during that same 2-day period. But today, the state is expected to reach a new milestone in its vaccination efforts. We're less than 18,000 doses away from reaching the 6 million doses administered mark statewide. 45% of Michiganders over the age of 16 have now had at least one shot of a COVID-19 vaccine, and more than 30% of eligible residents are now fully vaccinated. Meantime, the city of Detroit is taking action to boost vaccination rates among its residents. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan unveiling several walk-in vaccination sites around the city, no appointment needed. Starting today, Detroiters can show up at one of 4 locations, including the TCF Center, Farwell Recreation Center, Northwest Activity Center, and the Samaritan Center to get their shots. Now, vaccinations will be available at each of those sites from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
It was in the 60s yesterday. Today, much different story. It's going to be in the 40s. Chance of a light mix downriver and across Monroe County early this morning through 8 a.m. But then a chance of rain starts to pick back up after 2 p.m., mixing with some snow through the evening commute. And then once the sun goes down, changing to all snow. So a freeze warning into effect tonight with a low of 30 degrees, accumulating snow expected. So 2 to 4 inches around Monroe, Dundee, and as you get farther south, closer to Ohio, a higher chance of getting closer to 3-4 inch range. But farther to the north, 1 to 2 around Farmington Hills through Whitmer Lake, and even into Ann Arbor might only get an inch or 2 up toward Brighton. Once you get north of Brighton, north of Pontiac, less than an inch of snow farther north along I-69 and across the Thumb. So some accumulating snow could impact the roads for the drive tomorrow morning.